First, please meet.
You can call me Snow.
Wait, as in like the third Snow sister?
Whoa, now, I think we need to relax here a little bit. We've met her for 3 seconds. I don't think we can exactly qualify her as being in the family yet. Hold on.
Barry, do you remember the time that you found out Caitlin was trying to bring back Frost? You destroyed her lab.
I didn't have a choice.
Literally, yes, you did. Literally, yes, you did. You could have sped all of those chemicals out of there, sped her out of there, you know, literally cleaned her house of all of that stuff in like a millisecond. You're literally the fastest man alive, and instead, you decided to blow her apartment up, essentially, to prove a point. I don't know. And then all you said was, I'm sorry. And then you just sped off, left her on the ground. You had a choice. There were way better ways to go about that. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have stopped her, but he should have done it in literally any other way would have been better. Like, holy cow, he might as well have just spit in her face. That was terrible. Like, he did her so dirty.
Where is she?
Caitlin's dead, Barry.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
They are treading on very, very, very thin ice here. Seriously? Are we really gonna do this? Are we going to get rid of Caitlin in this last dang season? You know, I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. This show has a record for doing Caitlin Snow dirty. They do it like every season in some capacity, and it's like they just take from her, and it's just not enough. They just do her dirty in every capacity. Oop, your dad's back, up, dead. Fiance's back, dead. Sister, really close with her, dead. Like, golly, give her a break. And now you're gonna kill her too? I swear if she's not back. I swear if they don't bring her back, man, I don't even want to even think about the possibility of them not bringing her back for this final dang season. I don't even want, I just, words cannot express how angry I would be if she's not in this season at all.
Plan to bring Caitlin back.
Yeah, you better, because you don't want to know what happens if she doesn't, Meryl. I will find a way to crawl into the television screen right now. And fight somebody. I'm not afraid, okay? Oh my goodness, can we not do this? If they actually keep Caitlin dead, do you realize how dirty they're doing her? I mean, like I said, they do her dirty all the time, but this is next level. She's an OG main character, and in their final season, they give her an off-screen death. That is, oh my goodness, that's terrible. I swear if that's the path they go down, I am not going to be happy. Holy cow, they will never hear the end of it from me. I will rant about it all the time.
Joe, that is not even close to our only problem.
I think we should leave Central.
No, we are not bringing this back, please. We did so good. The first episode didn't have this. We did not do these stupid, unnecessary behind flashbacks. And you know, obviously, if it's been like a super duper long time, then I can kind of get with a flashback. They flash back to last week's episode. Why do you do that? I don't need that, man.
The Fiddler, and I'm here to ruin your night.
We do not care.
This is an absolute disgrace to the original Fiddler we had in season 4. She was cool. I liked the original Fiddler a lot. Whoever this is, no thank you.
You didn't say this would hurt. You just said it would bring them back. Them?
Heck yeah, bring them both back, please, for the sake of my sanity.
Hartley? Where's Caitlin? Need a doctor.
Trust me, Hartley, you are not the only person that wants to see Caitlin right now. I think every fan of Caitlin wants to see her right now because we don't want a new character in our last season. We want to be able to spend time with the character that has been there since the beginning. But you know, whatever. The writers don't care.
You are a part of this team now.
What? Why? When did we randomly recruit him into our Team Flash group meetings? Why is he all of a sudden a part of the team? Is it because he was Frost's boyfriend? I don't think Frost would be very happy with him right now, especially since he kind of helped Caitlin into the situation she's in. And not that I'm necessarily not a fan of Mark, I just don't really see how he fits on Team Flash full time. I feel like they're gonna eventually try to make him a Frost replacement, and that's just not gonna work. I'm sorry. I mean, Frost has had way too much development and screen time for her to be replaced with the man she's dated for a few months. That's just not how that works. I don't know what they're doing.
But you're talking about a literal map of Caitlin's mind. Where are we gonna find something like that?
Thomas Snow.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm always interested to hear more about her origin story, so I'm hesitantly listening.
Meet me at Caitlin's. I'll check in with Carla, Tannhauser, Chester, you and Mark. Get to work on the CRC.
Here's a brilliant idea. How about we, instead of just talking to Carla, we go get her, because she knows more about not only Caitlin, but the science behind her and cryogenics and whatnot. She knows more than all of them combined. So can we just go get her and let her work with this, or what? I don't know what we're beating around the bush for. I don't know why we're all acting like we're hot stuff. You know, instead of getting the research that Thomas Snow made, why don't you get the woman that probably knows his research better than anyone, and also probably had a hand in some capacity with making the cure that at least I imagine she probably worked with her husband on a cure for himself, and she just didn't realize he would also go kind of crazy and use it on Caitlin too. But yeah, like, why don't we go get her? She probably knows more. I don't understand the logic behind anything that we're doing in this episode.
My sonic gauntlets are... Why do you care?
Oh, I don't.
Do you have any of Caitlin Snow's medical knowledge?
No.
No, okay. Can you shoot ice from your hands or eyes? Either is acceptable.
No.
No, then you can't help me.
Yeah, I think that this kind of summarizes how the Caitlin and Frost fandom's probably feeling right now. I mean, from what I've seen, as far as first impressions and, you know, just kind of interviews that they've done before this episode, people are like, oh, okay, yeah, new character, it's cool, but, you know, we'd rather have Caitlin or Frost, which is true. We would all rather have Caitlin and Frost. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that don't, but I do. But anyway, this character, as sweet as she is, she seems very sweet, very genuine. I'm interested to kind of see what kind of powers they give her and what her role will be in this season. But ultimately, she is introduced at the worst possible time, and it makes it very hard at times to like her. It's the final season, and I think everybody was kind of hoping that Caitlin would actually get some dang screen time for once, and that she would actually get a storyline. We'd get to see her grieve, get to see her grow. I think we were all kind of hoping that she herself would just get powers, and we just kind of had to see her kind of grow into them and kind of accept that the mantle of kind of taking Frost's place as a superhero, because that, I believe, is the only person that could replace Frost in the field, not replace Frost as a character. I don't think Frost could replace Caitlin, and I don't think Caitlin can replace Frost. But as far as if anybody has to replace Frost's mantle role in the field, I think it should be Caitlin. But the writers don't really care what anybody thinks, so this is what we're getting instead. Mixed emotions. Not even mixed emotions. I'm angry about the direction we're taking in this season, because it really just does not sound like we're getting any Caitlin at all.
In his original experiment, Thomas Snow tried to create a Caitlin 2.0.
What?
No, he did not. This is a pet peeve that I have, is when they try to change the storyline last minute, or they try to change the storyline just a little bit for it to ultimately serve the plot of the episode. It makes me so mad, and I can already see that they're trying to do that here. He did not try to make a Caitlin 2.0. He tried to fix Caitlin. He wanted to make her immune to ALS, not create a new version of her. That's some bullcrap. I mean, I guess you could kind of say she would be an upgraded version of herself if she were to be genetically cured of any possibility of ALS, sure, but the way that they're trying to word it makes it sound like he was trying to create a completely new child, and that was not his intention. Obviously, he ended up creating Frost in the process alongside Caitlin, but I think it's also important for people to remember that Thomas wasn't the only one making the decision in this. He was also struggling with his own alternate personality at this time, and his alternate personality may well have had the ulterior motive of kind of manipulating Thomas into experimenting on Caitlin to make Frost. You know, that I can get along with, and I believe is probably a factor in that. But as far as Thomas Snow himself, I just don't believe at all that he was trying to make a new child.
One that would be immune to ALS, but instead he created a daughter with two mixed consciousnesses.
This is giving me a headache. Why are they wording it so oddly? I just don't like the way that they're wording it. It makes no sense. I mean, they're trying to say that he was trying to create a new child this entire time that isn't Caitlin, but is Caitlin. What? Oh, I don't know what they're trying to say to me right now, and I don't like it. So why don't we just stop messing with stuff we set in stone in season 5, and instead of doing whatever they're doing now, they could have just built upon her origin story instead of trying to change it at the last minute. I don't know. This is terrible.
We're gonna have to choose who to bring back.
This should not even be an argument. I want to clarify that I love both Caitlin and Frost. They are both my favorite characters of all time. I don't really prefer one over the other. I love them both. They're both my favorite characters. With that said, Caitlin is the obvious choice here. Frost literally just died to save Caitlin. So why are we even asking ourselves the question of, should we keep Caitlin dead to save Frost when she literally died to keep Caitlin alive? This makes no sense.
Caitlin chose for us. This was her plan, so choosing Frost honors her.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Seriously? Everybody's choosing Frost, right? Do these people not know Frost at all? Did they forget what she literally died for, like, last week? Come on, like, honoring Frost would be keeping Caitlin safe, no matter the cost. That was what she lived for. That was her whole shebang. If you did not know that Frost loved Caitlin more than she loved herself and anything else in the world, you did not know Frost.
The last thing I said to Caitlin before I destroyed her lab was, I'm sorry. Truth is, I wasn't.
You are, and I mean this in the most genuine way possible, you are the worst friend ever. What kind of guy says that? I told her I was sorry, but I'm not actually sorry. Are you for real? Are you for real? This woman has helped you, saved your life so many times over the past 9 years, and you're not even sorry that you blew her apartment up? Wow, 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 wow.
Barry, the reason that I chose Frost was because I didn't choose her the first time. When I had the chance.
What do you mean? I don't understand this whole idea of like, oh, I'm choosing Frost because we weren't close while she was alive. You weren't close to Caitlin either. I don't understand this point. I mean, she wasn't really close to either of them. I'm not hating. I just don't understand.
The moment Caitlin stepped into the CRC, she made her own choice about what she wanted. Who she wanted to be.
No, she did not. She got in the CRC wanting to bring her sister back because she has lost so much in her life that she just wanted the one person that made her happy back. She did not choose who she wants to be. What is this? What does that even mean?
Was that funny? Am I a funny person? That would be nice.
I mean, she's adorable or whatever, but she's just kind of Caitlin if Caitlin didn't go through severe trauma. Like, Caitlin is sweet and genuine as well. She's just also very traumatized. Like, I mean, I don't dislike this character whatsoever. I mean, she's very sweet, like I said. I just don't understand why we had to throw away Caitlin to introduce her. If you wanted to introduce a new character, fine, and introduce her alongside Caitlin. But there's no reason to erase Caitlin for it.
I don't want to go back inside that metal box.
You should make the decision for yourself.
There's no way. There is no way. No. Is it seriously this easy for them to throw away, who has supposedly been their best friend for 9 years? Is this it? Are you kidding me? Caitlin chose to kill herself. She did not. So let's just let this random person we don't even know just take her place in her body. Whatever. It's, it's not our place to choose. It literally is. You aren't even fighting to save Caitlin whatsoever. Oh my goodness, I could yell and scream right now, but it's literally 1:30 in the morning and I'm not trying to wake the whole house up. This is ridiculous.
When Frost was created, Thomas didn't try to decide who his daughter should be. He took a step back and he let them figure it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you guys knew Thomas Snow so dang well. What on earth are they on? You couldn't have possibly gotten this much information off of scientific-based research. Now they're just making stuff up. I mean, not that I'm saying that it's a bad thing that he let both Caitlin and Frost do their own thing. I think that's great because, I'm the biggest Caitlin and Frost supporter there is. But this just sounds like they're speaking for him and he's dead. So they don't know what he was doing. Truly, they don't really know. So I don't know. I don't know. I just give up.
Uses what's inside then.
What in the bootleg underground Black Canary do we have going on here today, folks?
I'm not going back inside the CRC.
I knew they'd do this. I knew they'd do this. And it's a shame too, because this is the worst way that they could have wrote Caitlin off. We've killed her off screen. We've wrote her off. That's like the worst treatment you could get as an original main character. Oh my goodness. I'm still gonna give this new character a chance, of course, because I love Danielle Panabaker and she's very talented, but I'm not happy at all. I think that this was not only a terrible storyline decision to make, it's terrible writing. The way that they wrote this entire episode episode was terrible. It's like they were scraping for excuses to not bring Caitlyn back. It's almost like they didn't want to bring her back. Nobody cared. Nobody is even trying to bring Caitlyn back. They're like, well, she doomed herself. Oh well. And you know, not only that, not only did they do her dirty in death, but they also did her dirty before that. After Frost died, hardly anybody ever checked up on her. You know, the one time Barry checked up on her, it was because Carla was concerned about her daughter, and Barry went over there and blew her house up. So everybody on Team Flash is terrible friends. If she comes back, I hope she moves in with her mother and works for her company and stays as far away from them as possible, because she does not deserve them and they do not deserve her.
Found out today that my father always dreamed of creating something or someone new. And he called her Keon.
That is absolutely incorrect. I've already ranted about how frustrating it is that they're changing this storyline up, but they just keep changing it. It just, as this episode goes on, they just keep going and keep going. Keon was what he called Frost. To put it very simply, he realized that she had an alternate personality and he called her Keon. That was Frost's original name. It wasn't necessarily this entire new entity that was separate from Caitlyn or Frost.
We can mourn the flowers that have fallen from the vine.
I know she is not relating my two favorite characters to a plant analogy. What on earth is going on?
Don't let it happen again.
So does everyone just have a sonic scream power nowadays? What's going on with that? I don't remember Hartley ever having sonic scream powers. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that was a crisis change. I don't really remember what his role was in the episode he was in season 7. So maybe that's when they changed it, but I think that that's really dumb anyway. I think that he was a cooler, more creative villain when he was just simply a guy with gauntlets.
Frost chose to become Hellfrost and fight Deathstorm, just like Caitlyn chose to go into the CRC.
This is two entirely separate situations. Frost went into the fight with Deathstorm having a good idea that she was probably going to die, and she was willing to risk all of that to save Caitlyn. Caitlyn, on the other hand, did not want to die, did not expect to die. She just simply wanted to be reunited with her sister. I don't know why we're acting like Caitlyn wanted death. Just when I think it cannot get any worse, they somehow managed to make it worse. Not only did they basically willingly give Caitlyn up, not grieve her at all in any capacity, basically the most of the grieving we got was, "Aw, so sad we won't see her anymore." Oop. And now we're partying. The first two weren't enough. We had to go out and party and dance like nothing happened. Is this for real? This is terrible writing. I'm sorry. This is terrible writing.
Well, just as I thought, trash.
Justice will be served.
Okay, so we got our first official look at Red Death. My thoughts are that the costume looks mid. I don't really like it that much, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So yeah, kind of mixed emotions on this. But I do look forward to seeing what they do next with it and seeing if maybe it looks better at a different angle or something like that. That is it for this episode of The Flash. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!